My first musical moment happened when I was just beating on the table, and someone said, "Then we're gonna play the drums. You can play the drums." My mother never said, "Oh, you can't do this because you're blind." And I think that even if she had said that, I would have said, "Oh, what does that mean? What do you mean blind? Come on, let's go." I never saw being blind as a handicap. So I would do all the things that kids in my neighborhood did. The sound of the girls' voices, I just loved that. There was something about that. You know, I was curious. Come on, I played house. I mean, come on, you gotta know. I was good friends with someone named John Glover, who was the cousin of Ronnie White. John worked a situation out where I could go over and audition for Ronnie, and I went and I sang for them. From what I understand, Billie Jean Brown, who was one of the A&R people at Motown at that time, called up Berry Gordy Jr. and, you know, you gotta hear this little kid sing and play. And so the next thing you know, Barry came to Motown and listened to me sing and play. Well, I went there, obviously, it was like me being in a candy store. They had all kinds of instruments, obviously, at Motown, you know, in the studio. And I tried to play every single one, from the organ to the drums, to the bongos, to the piano, to everything. Little Wonder Stevie, Little Wonder, the Little Wonder. And I think that Billie Jean Brown came up with that, Little Stevie Wonder, and Berry Gordy liked that. And it was '63, and I was 13, and they were saying to me, "Oh, you're getting ready to go on this incredible tour." One part of me was so excited, but I think I cried that whole night just about, because I didn't want to go, but I knew I had to go. I was committed to go. And then the next day, we started our first major tour.
Well, Stevie began at the grandest of all spawning grounds. When I think of the people that came out of Berry Gordy's Motown Records, and Marvin and Stevie, the Supremes, I mean, powerful, powerful people. When I first met him at the Apollo Theaters, he said, "Man, how does many girlfriends does Ray Charles have?" Because I was fascinated by that when I first met Ray, too. I said, "Damn, Ray, got 2 girlfriends, 2 suits, you know, record player." First thing I think of is this little kid backstage at the Apollo, 12 years old. And from there on, it grows into this monstrous talent that God touched on his shoulder personally. They've got it at 12, honey. You better watch out when they get 21 or 18.
My Sherry, you're more lovely as summer day. My Sherry, you're more distant as the Milky Way.
I was writing stuff all along through all those years. I was working on music and coming up with ideas, and so it was by '66, actually, '66, '67, that I let someone hear
Stevie was doing hundreds of songs. He'd just come in with and record 10, 15, 20 songs a night. To say when it rains, get wet, you know.
Oh, once I can touch what my heart used to dream of.
And he was taking it and eating it up, you know, just eating up every drop.
Oh, someone warm like you.
Stevie was growing so fast, you could feel he was really breaking out with something very profound. It was something from very deep inside that was going against the grain, really, of probably the market and everything else at that time. The stuff that lasts and makes the biggest impact is the stuff that they didn't expect to hear. And that's what Stevie was master of.
I think Science to Deliver definitely has transcended time. I think it has a kind of forever, ever, and ever feel to it.
Science to deliver, I'm yours.
he always had that inquisitive mind, and I love that. I remember Robert Moog asked me once, he says, why don't the brothers play the synthesizer? I said, because basically it doesn't bend. And if it doesn't bend, it can't get funky. You know, if it get funky, brothers are not gonna play it, you know. Robert Moog put a pitch bender and a portamento on it so it could bend and get funky. Then Stevie tore it up. Stevie did Grammy-winning albums in a row, all the way up to Innovisions, you know.
Very superstitious. Writings on the wall.
He is good. He is great. He's a genius.
Living just enough for the city. His father works some days for 14 hours, and you can bet.
Isn't she lovely? Come on. Doesn't get any better than that.
I see us in the park, strolling the summer days of imaginings in my head and words from my heart.
I think that music has always been a reflection of society. And as an artist who's a songwriter, we can definitely tell you the joys and as well the pain.
He responded to another one of God's miracles, you know, with that God-given talent. He had the most profound talent I think that's ever been bestowed on any creator.
And knocks me off my feet.
I think that there have been some songs that I've written, from the Happy Birthday song that I did for the King Holiday Bill to the Apartheid is Wrong song that we did.
Don't you worry about a thing.
There's a responsibility that we have as artists, entertainers, musicians, songwriters. If you are able to express yourself, then you've got to want that for every single one of your fans and every single child, just every single person in this country.
But don't you worry about a thing.
We have done so many things together, and I mean really monstrous things. Social activism has always been preceded by an innovative music.
You know, it doesn't make much sense. There ought to be law against anyone who takes offense at a day in your celebration. 'Cause we all know in our minds.
Stevie lobbied and worked so hard to have Dr. King have an official birthday.
Just how much we love you.
It was something that none of us will ever forget. Everybody waiting for it to come together, but this was a very, very historical day. It's the first time his birthday was an official holiday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
It was a great moment in my life. Working with Quincy was wonderful because I have so much respect and love for Quincy Jones. We're cut from the same cloth, and that we have an incredible thirst and appetite for loving humankind and loving people. The only thing that is comparable to that is how we love music.
They can feel it all over.
I love music so much. Music is my mistress. It truly is. Long before I even knew what mistress meant, music has been a companion of mine. It has been a place that I can travel and go anywhere in the world. I could be there in my mind. It's really an incredible thing.
Or is this a vision in my mind?
It's very hard to catch up with Stevie. His spirit will lift everybody up to the top of their ability, and I think that that's what his influence is the strongest, you know. I mean, he will turn it on in a New York minute.
Looking back on when I was a little nappy-headed boy.
Many young singers come up to me and ask, what advice would you give me as a starting performer? I say take the favorite artist that you love and try to copy everything they do, you know. It's called walking in the shoes of giants.
Oh, so long for this night.
He's connected with humanity. That's all I can say. You're talking about a genius connected with humanity. That's as good as it gets.
Drive you my way.
Parents really more than ever have to play a very significant role in their children's lives. Parents need to know what's going on with their children. They need to understand the language that they're speaking. They can understand their frustrations, they can understand their pains, they can understand their questions. And I think that if there is anything that we can give is to feed the minds by making sure that they have a great education. This is why I've consistently supported the United Negro College Fund, and I will continue as well.
There's a ribbon in the sky for our love.
Two cardinal rules, bottom line with Stevie, is approach every work of creativity with humility and every inch of your success with grace. He got where he was by following a truth.
We have to always remember that being here on this planet is a blessing within itself. You've got to let every one of your desires be to give the very, very best that you can, and to never let anyone tell you that it is impossible for you to reach the fulfillment of the promise that God made long ago for you. So go for yourself and do the very best that you can.